Good morning. Good morning. I'm back again. It is a wonderful Wednesday. It's Tamara, your liberated project girl, your liberated chick, your liberated soul. So if you are a female and you're 26 to 60 and you're feeling like you can't get ahead because every time you turn around, somebody needs something from you. You are trying to elevate, you'd like to move, you'd like to create some new patterns in your life, but every time you get a free extra $100, $200, somebody in your family needs something from you. You need to help somebody out. Your friends call you and they are always able to count on you, and you might not be able to count on them. You might have the disease to please, therefore you might be stuck because you're putting the needs and the thoughts and the comfort and the health and wealth of other people before you. Are you stuck because every time you think about, well, this isn't the best place for me to be, then something happens. Somebody needs you. You might need to be taking care of a family member. You might be, needing to take care of something for the kids. Every time you turn around, you aren't where you want to be. You aren't where you desire to be because you're always helping other people. I remember having just some general conversations with women that I respect, that I know, that I love. And I asked them, are you doing exactly what you want to do? Is everything where you want it to be? And 9 times out of the 10, the answer was no. So then I probed further. Well, why not? And they indicated that it was easy for them because they were putting everybody first. And that is kind of typical and traditional with women. And then also, women of color, we put the needs of other individuals first. So it leaves us in pain. We are running from place to place. Somebody needs this picked up from the supermarket. X person needs to have this medication filled. And we're going. We are on zero fumes because we're moving and going for the pleasure and the satisfaction of everyone else, but we're in pain because we're constantly standing up and standing in a gap for other individuals, and we're not feeding ourselves. If this sounds like you might be stuck. You might be stuck with this idea of disease to please, where you will show up for other people hands down, but when it's time for you to facilitate, when it's time for you to execute the things that you said that you were going to do for yourself, you negotiate yourself down out of your legacy, out of your desires, out of the things that you've promised to yourself. We promise all of these great things to ourselves, but we break promises to ourselves, but we won't break promises to other individuals. We won't break promises to our parents, our children, siblings, spouses, because we're in, again, the habit, unfortunately, of always putting people first. If this is you, you might be stuck, but there is a path, right? The possibility is finding the balance. Of course, we want to help. Of course, we want to serve, but not at the detriment of our health, not at the detriment of us being sick, mind, body, and soul, not at the detriment of not doing the things that we're supposed to do. We catapult communities, we catapult our families, we catapult our children forward, but we can't do that if we're not appropriately feeding ourselves. And guess what? No is a complete sentence. We, in this space of wanting to please and wanting to put people before ourselves, we don't want to say no because we don't want people to think that we're not nice. We don't want people to think that we're mean. We don't want people to think that we're not kind and considerate beings. Because you're saying no to yourself doesn't mean that you're not nice and kind. It says, listen, hey girl, hey Jasmine, let me take care of me first. Let me pour into me. And then the thing that you need help with after I'm finished, if you still need me, you got me. But when we're constantly moving in this pain of helping other people, then we're complaining and then we're griping and then we're just moving about the days in a negative headspace that doesn't serve anyone well. The path is for you to do you. The path is for you to pour into you. The path is for you to take care of yourself and take your time. It's okay to be selfish. Yes, I'll say that again. It's okay to be selfish, because if you're not taking the time, and if you're not guarding it, and if you're not putting boundaries around those things that are important to you, who's going to protect them and who's going to save them? And if you go down and if something happens to you, then who holds up the family? Who's helping grandma get those prescriptions from the pharmacy? Who's helping your children as they navigate high school going into college? Who's helping your husband as he's looking to apply for that chair position or CEO position or become partner at the law firm? If you're not there around to do that and to facilitate that, then guess what? Some of those things do come undone, and it's because we've allowed them, because we've not taken enough time to decompress, to pull back, and to make sure that we're fueling and feeding ourselves. We got to feed self first before we can feed anyone, right? So everyone's been on the plane before. They say in the event of air cabin pressure decreasing, there's going to be a mask that drops. Put it on yourself. Who? First. Then assist those individuals that are around you, because you can't assist anybody else if you haven't appropriately assisted yourself. And I understand the pain of that, trying to dial it back and trying to explain to people, I'm not thinking about you. I'm not caring about you. I'm not wanting what's best for you, but I can't do that wholly if I'm in pain, because all I'm doing is giving, and I'm not pouring into me. So if those are some of the scenarios or situations that you're dealing with, you might be stuck. You might be stuck in this whole space of disease to please, and not pouring into yourself, and believing that if you don't give to other people, then they won't give to you, or there might be some negative connotation around that, or commentary. And guess what? So let me free you all. If that is the case, if all you've done for as long as you've done, the one time you take some time for yourself where you say no, you can't for whatever reason, because you don't owe anybody an explanation, and they come up with, oh my goodness, Jasmine ain't no good. Oh, Lamont, well, he got brand new. They were never your friend, and they never meant you well in the first place. If I've said no 10 times and on the 11th time I said no, and you want to again paint me as a person who doesn't care, then guess what? You are the selfish person. You are the person who don't mean me well, and I'm okay with that. I still wish you well. I'll still hold you up. So listen, I've been talking about the Liberation Tribe. I've been talking about this movement. It's not a moment. It is a movement. If you're stuck, whether it be in your professional life, whether it be in your personal life, or whether it be in your life as it relates to the way in which you show up for the people in your family, colleagues, children, grandchildren, all of that, Liberation Tribe could be the space for you to connect with other bossed up women who've navigated these spaces. See, here's the deal. You can do it, and we can help, but it's easier said than done. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's easy. I don't believe in easy. And sometimes when people say things are easy, I'm always with an eyebrow up, because I don't know, if it was easy, then everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be living fulfilled lives. Everybody would be doing a thing called what they want. Everybody would be free to move about the cabin, but we know that's not true. So we're a free space to be brave, to let your burdens down, let your hair down, do whatever it is that you need to do. Come and get what you need to do. But while you're there, also, again, leave some things as well for some other people. So we're not in competition with you, because we don't need to. We need you to own your position, because I'm owning my position. Nicole is owning her position. Jennifer is holding her position. Jasmine, I need you to own your position as well. And then what we can do is, guess what? We can be about the business of all of us and illuminating, because Macmillan Empowerment Enterprise, this space, Liberation Tribe, is about empowering women one collaboration at a time. So we can support, we can liberate, We can trailblaze, we can influence, we can communicate. We can do all of these things together as a unit, because guess what? When we come together, we're stronger together than we are separate. We don't need to compete with one another. Collaboration is the new competition, because I cannot do what you do, Jasmine. And guess what? Jonte, Jennifer, Nicole can't do what I do, and I can't do what they do, nor do I want to, because I want to be in pocket on purpose. So if you're interested in being connected to this tribe, listen, it is the dopest. It is the baddest. Hit me up, slide into my DM, hit me up on Facebook, send me a text message, email, and we'll be creating this. And I want you to self-identify, because it's easy for me to say, yeah, you know what, this could be the dope space for you. But guess what? When much is giving, much is required. And if you self-identify, that means you'll be committed, because if you're not committed, then the space really is not for you. So let me tell you that right now, because it's not going to be easy, but I promise you it's worth it. I promise you, when I began taking full account of all of the things that were important in my life, my professional life, my personal life, my work life, the way I showed up for my daughter, the way I showed up for my sisters, my mother, my nieces and my nephews, my sorority sisters, my scholars, I promise you that mindset changed and everything else came after it. So if you're stuck because you have the disease to please and you're really trying to figure out ways in which you can modulate, some things need to be recalibrated. We're again saying, well, you know what? This person has been my best friend. I talked about, don't worry about your BFF. Worry about having the best people around you, right? We're talking about this. Just because we were down for one another 20 years ago, don't mean that we're down for one another here in the same way and the same instance that we need to be. And guess what? That's all right. Hey girl, hey guy, hey, I still want the best for you, but be real clear on how you want to show up in your space. Be real clear on what that looks like, because if you're having the disease to please, but you're not pleasing yourself, you're not making sure that you're fed, you're not making sure that you show up in all of your brilliance and all of your excellence and all of your intelligence, how can you be of service to anybody? Mainly yourself. Who wants somebody to come to support them and help them and you all raggedy, tired, and toe down? How are you pleasing you first as opposed to pleasing others? If you have the disease to please, guess what? Maybe it's a time to look at that and how has it impacted your life and those individuals that you were pleasing, right? You're sitting in that pain because every time they call you, you're there, no matter what time, no matter the instance, and no matter how many times you have talked to your girlfriend off the ledge about that one situation. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey girl, hey, you're still there. You don't judge, but the moment you need somebody, crickets. Ain't nobody on the phone. Everybody's sending you the voicemail and everybody acting crazy like they don't know who Ann is. What happened? What? No. So again, let's get together. Collaboration is the new competition. And again, we're about empowering women one collaboration at a time, because guess what? We might just be one support her away from the next jump off. So I'm wishing each and every one of you a wonderful Wednesday. I'm hopeful that it is everything that you need it to be and want it to be. Hit at me, get at me, slide into my DM, check me out. Let me know if you're wanting to be a part of this movement. It's not a moment, because there's some amazing things that are on the horizons. It's going to be epic. So have a wonderful Wednesday and love and liberation. And for all of my sorors, y'all know what it is. Happy Founders Day. Take care. Peace.